Hey, we are live and direct after the fishing trip. Apologies, we couldn't make it on Wednesday, but we are back and here to stay. This is Danny Walsh live, and we've got a big bunch of stuff to cover this evening. Hopefully, you are safe and well wherever you are in the world right now. There's a big bunch of stuff going on in this world, the internet world, and I want to share some of that stuff with you. So I'm going to share up my screen in a second. But before we do that, this is chapter 2 of my lives, and it's been a very interesting week. Not only have I been away fishing, I've come back and got straight into this, and I've done a lot of calls. Since I got back, I've spoke to quite a few people, and we do have some really exciting stuff lined up for you guys. So hopefully you can see me, hopefully you can hear me. Let me know in the comments where you're logging in from. And remember, if you are using Facebook, you may need to give StreamYard your permission to see your name. And you may need to do that by going to streamyard.com/Facebook. Let me know in the comments. Give me some likes. Give me some hearts. If you can hear this, it has been a very interesting week. And what I want to do is run through with you what I've got lined up. Because as I said, this is now chapter 2 of the lives and the things that we are doing. And I want to share with you a couple of things on this stream tonight. Probably going to be on for about 30 minutes for a couple of reasons. One, that I've just got back, and two, because this is not going to be teaching as much. This is more about setting the scene and kind of explaining where we are, what we've been doing, and where we're going to be going forward, right? So probably about 30 minutes time. And remember, all of the information, everything that I share with you is all on the resources document on dannywalsh.live, which you can access. The link is at the top of the screen. So let's get into this, you guys. Let's get started and let's get moving. We're going to switch on over to, first of all, we're actually going to look at that website. So this is the dannywalsh.live website, and on there you can see what we've done so far. So if we scroll down, you're going to see the replay from episode 15. That will be replaced with today's replay, so you'll be able to go down and see that. You see a bunch of reels and social media stuff on there, and then you will see all of the replays from previous shows. And we've literally spent 15 hours teaching you how to literally start your business, kickstart your business, and build your business from scratch using a fishbowl funnel, Facebook community groups, how to run prize giveaways, how to do prize draws, how to use a prize claim form, and how to transition it into free plus shipping so you can start to actually sell your products. But the online business world, there's a lot more to it. If you click on this button here that jumps up and down, you're going to be able to download our resources document. And that document, if I bring that up, is where we're going to go right now. Looks a little bit like this. So in the document, you'll see, hey, there's an introduction. And then as you scroll down, there's some stop press stuff. And if you've been watching the masterclass, the Challenge Secrets Masterclass with Pedro and Russell Brunson, that's been amazing over this last week. We've been super busy in that group, keeping out the scammers. There has been some crazy stuff going on in that group. It's been a pleasure to be part of that challenge and being able to eliminate some of these guys. But the challenge has been amazing. That actually concludes tomorrow. There's one day left. You've still got time to register. If you upgrade to VIP, the link's on there. You can actually get access to all of the videos. And yesterday, Pedro made an amazing offer where you can actually learn even more about doing challenges with a super cool one-day intensive. There's a training course. There's lots of downloads and support and how to get traffic and more. That's a measly $997. You can get that by clicking on this page. And if you do that and you let me know, I've got some bonuses and stuff for you as well. But that's not why we're here. That's important, but not as important as what we're going to be doing as we move forward into this next chapter. Now, you may have noticed the background's different. We changed the background. We're also going to be changing the sort of slide that goes on, like the thumbnail for the videos. And what we're going to be doing over the coming weeks is getting into this kind of thing, right? So I don't want to give it all away on the stream. And what I want to do is go through these one by one and explain to you why these are important, why they're important to you and to your business in 2023 and beyond, how you're going to be able to learn from these, how this is going to work, and literally how chapter 2 is going to take your understanding of online marketing and online business to a whole new level, right? And we're not going to be just focusing on a fishbowl funnel and basics. We're really going to get into depth, and we're really going to start to unpick exactly how you can do certain things in your business that not only make your business a big bunch of fun for you, but make it a big bunch of engaging fun and quality for your customers as well, right? So I really want to get into this, and I want to go through these one by one, because these are some of the most important things that not a lot of people talk about, right? And if not a lot of people talk about them because they don't have the experience in them. So often it's all about, hey, build a funnel. Hey, it's about click this thing, click that thing. Hey, it's about, run some Facebook ads. I want to go to a next level with this, right? And there's one thing that I've actually missed on there as well, which is super important, that I'm actually going to add as we are live. I'm going to demystify some things around traffic, right? So we're going to go through these one by one, and I'm going to kind of talk you through what to expect over the coming weeks and indeed months, because the first 15 episodes really are focused around making you understand that it's possible to build a business from absolutely zero by giving things away, by building simple funnels without hiring designers, without spending thousands of dollars on ads, organically. And I've got clients right now that are putting those things into practice and are seeing results. I've just had a conversation with one lady, and she's like, hey, this is amazing. She's now got 700 people in her group, and the giveaways are going well. The prize claim's starting to work. People are giving the shipping money, and there's other clients as well that are having similar results. So I know this stuff works. We've used this to make over $3 million. But in that process, we've also had other things that I couldn't possibly show you in 15 sessions, right? And I'm really going into depth with this stuff. And over the course of the next few weeks and indeed months, we are going to get into the things that I've outlined on this page, right? So let's go through them one by one. First and foremost, we want to spend a bunch of time on the power of community. And my background is in community and community development, right? And I've spent a big bunch of time working in what is known as a deprived community. Where I grew up as a kid is actually in the top 6% of the most deprived areas in England. And that means that they've got multiple deprivation in the community. Everything from people who've got drugs problems, unemployment's high, the streets are not that clean, the children and young people's facilities are not all that good, the schools are not the best. And a lot of people are stuck in those areas, right? And part of my jobs over the years has been to be community outreach, community development, to go out there and change things, to consult with people, to bring in projects, to do stuff with the kids, to deliver things that bring about change. And community, whether it's a real community out there on the streets or it's an online community here on the internet, is so important, because community is what makes the world go around, right? And if you're not actively contributing in your community, you're probably not doing a great deal. And I mean that with the greatest of respect, right? But every business contributes and gives back to the community. Whether you like it or not, if you're in business, generally there is a community of people surrounding that. And it could be your online community, it could be your Facebook community, it could be a fishing community, it could be your football community, it could be your community at large, the houses and buildings that surround your immediate area. Wherever you are, it could be a spiritual community, it could be a community around your church, it could be a school community. You see where I'm going with this? The power of community is something that's so important to our existence, right? And it's not about sales, right? It's not about somebody coming in there and scooping up a big bunch of money, but it's kind of integral to that. So if you want to be successful in business, successful as a person, successful in life, it's very important that you are successful in your community, whatever that community is. And look, some communities overlap as well. You've kind of got overlap. So the school community overlaps with the football community, overlaps with the music community. And together, that brings about variety. That brings about awesomeness. That brings about cool stuff that people can get involved in. There's also the opposite side. There's the negative community world, right? That's not the community that I'm in, but it exists. And we've kind of got to be aware that these things exist. The crazy scammer community that we've just been dealing with over the last week in the challenge group that I've just shown you, right? So there's good, there's bad, but there's always a community around it. And community, the power of community is so important. And I want to show you how you can leverage this, not only for success in business, but for success in life. Because it's very important that you show your customers, not only do you care about yourself and you care about your money, you care about them. And you've got to kind of share that more, that you care about these guys than you care about yourself. Otherwise, things might not work, because people are like, hey, they're greedy. Hey, they're not interested. Hey, they're just about themselves. Hopefully you can see from what I'm doing that I really care about you. And a lot of this is about you. And one of my big sayings is, it's not about like the money, it's about people. And you know, as a family man, as a business owner, as somebody who wants to give back at every level, it's very important that I work with my communities around me, whether they're online, offline, the best around hobbies, the best around interests, whatever. I work with my communities and I give as much as I can, take less than I give. And if everybody did that, the world was going to be a better place, right? So it's super important that we get into the power of community, and everything that you do in your business, in your life, will have some impact on your community, right? And if you go out there and you do crazy stuff and bad stuff, that's going to have a negative impact, and we don't want that. If you go out there and do good stuff and rewarding stuff, and you give back and you take less than you give, that can only have a good impact, right? And if you're just joining us, you're watching live, we're talking about some of the stuff we're going to be doing in chapter 2 of Danny Walsh Live. And a big important thing around all of this is embracing and leveraging your communities, whether they are hobby-based or interest-based or the faith-based or the sports or whatever they are. They're just the community at large. You have an important place in your community, whether you think that or you don't. And so often businesses just set up with money in mind. And if you set up with people in mind, you've got a lot more chance of being there for a long time. You've got a lot more chance of opening doors and opportunities that you never would believe. And you've got a lot more chance of succeeding, right? And all of that comes from the power of community. And you see this in church, you see this in sports, you see this in music, you see this in online marketing, fantastic community around ClickFunnels, for example. But all of these little pockets of people are communities. And to build a successful business, you need to be able to understand the importance of community and be able to interact with communities and be able to position yourself within communities. So we're really going to get into unlocking that. And to do that, there are some very practical things that you can benefit from, right? That I've got experience in. It's not just about building websites. It's not just about doing crazy giveaways. It's not just about going live. It's about being able to interact with people. And unfortunately, whichever way you look at it right now in 2023, if you're going to be interacting with people, no matter what you look like and what you sound like and, you know, how tired you look because you've been like fishing for 3 days outside and you know, you've got, you know, baby milk down your shoulder because the baby slimed you before you've gone on your live video and you've only just realized, whichever way you look at this, you need to go and do some videos, right? Because there's no way your community, unless you're out there stood on a soapbox or you're on TV, right, which is still a video, right? Or you're on the radio, you might not do videos, but you're going to have to communicate somewhere with your community. And I've been talking on stages and on videos and on podcasts and on interviews for many, many years. The fishing group, the fishbowl funnels, all of this stuff was built around live video. And so often the people reach out to me from various communities and say, hey, Danny, how do you do better videos? And one of the things I want to dive into almost straight away is how to do better videos, better live videos, better pre-recorded videos, better interviews, better podcasts. And what I'm going to do is build a big piece of training around this for you guys. So not only are we looking at the funnels and the fishbowl and the giveaways and all that stuff we've covered already, we want to get into the community, but also how to actually communicate with your community. Because I know a big bunch of people are watching this live, they're watching on the replay, they're reaching out to me, they're sending me messages, and this is having an impact, even if it's 3, 4, 5 people who are learning from this. A guy who's just come to our fishing event, we've been there for 3 days. He said, Danny, I get so much out of your videos that I'm using in my community, in my life, to help other people. It's insane. And I'm like, oh man, I didn't even know you're watching this stuff. And he's like, yeah, there's all these things I'm learning from this. But the power of what I'm delivering and the way that I'm doing that and the way that it's reaching out to you right now is through video. And there's so many people that I speak to who have got a message to share and they've got a mission that they don't even understand yet. And yeah, they're busy and they've got a job and they've got family. And this might sound like you, right? You're super busy, but you know deep down inside that you've got a mission, you've got a story to tell, you've got something that's burning away at you inside that you need to get out there. Well, a video is the best way to do that. And right now, we've got this ability like never before, whether it's TikTok or Instagram Reels or Shorts or YouTube videos or live like this on StreamYard, and you're going live on YouTube, which can be recorded for later. You're going live in Facebook groups, you're going live on your profiles. All of this stuff is video. And there's so many people who are nervous or they don't know what to say and they don't know how to structure it and they can't do this or they're afraid of doing this. And they've got these limited beliefs inside of themselves that make them stop even thinking about it. They're like, oh man, I'm never going to do a video, so I'm just going to give up. And they know how important it is to do it, yet they just can't start. If that's you should like put in the comments, right? It's like, oh man, this makes sense. What I'm going to do over the next few weeks, and I've already started to invite a few people to this, is put together some training specifically around doing better videos. So you can show up, you can structure your lives, you can structure your giveaways, you can nurture your group, your community, but you can also have the confidence to go live or somebody invites you to share your story on a podcast. Because if you can do videos, you can speak on stage, right? Now, that might be something that I can add to this because things are going to come out of this as we move, right? But if I can teach you over the course of the next few weeks in simple terms based on real experience how to do better videos, how to do lives, how to do webinars, how to put training together, how to do screencasts, how to edit videos, how to put the captions on the videos, how to do a bunch of stuff with video that's just going to make your business, your life, your community a lot better because you're standing up and sharing your message. It's got to be worth tuning in, right? And we're going to break this down. I'm going to put the schedule up in the groups. I'm going to share this on my wall. I'm going to make sure this goes out in email. I'm also going to start spending some money to promote this now because there's 15 episodes there. I've got opportunities. If you want to be an affiliate and you want to share this, then you can make some money to share this. I'll actually pay you to share this stuff because I need to get this message out there. I need to impact my community. And look, I'm no one special. Like I said, I grew up on the worst estates imaginable. We're in the top 6% of deprived areas. When I used to go to primary school, there was like people with like discarding needles, and they had to put the big fence around the school. The education wasn't the best. There's a lot of people who from my school who were no longer with us, or they got caught up in the negative side of communities, and whether they've gone to jail or some people are just not with us anymore. They've passed away through the fact that they were unable to break out of the society that they kind of got consumed by, right? So what I want to give you is tools and mechanisms, not only to be able to go on video and speak on stage and be more confident with yourself, but to be able to kind of get paid for this and to build a life around sharing your story. helping your community. You can see where I'm going with this, right? If you can see where I'm going with this, put it in the chat and be like, hey, Danny, I can see where you're going with this. Yeah, I get it. I understand. I can see the power in this, because so many people have got that message to share, and so many people actually could make a big impact, a big difference on their community if they shared that message. And the mechanism to do that is actually through video. If you understood those like simple things and you apply the principles that we looked at in chapter 1, and you knew how you could attract people by using the right bait, and just like we did when we went fishing the other day, you've got a real big chance of not just changing your life, but changing the life of other people. And if you change the life of other people, you're going to feel fulfilled. Tony Robbins talks about the science of fulfillment, right? And to feel fulfilled in life is really, really important. And even if you just watched, like I just said, you've just watched the challenge with Russell and Pedro, right? Whether you take the offer or you don't, you can sign up for free, you can watch it for free, you can consume this stuff for free. The things that you're being shown there and the things that you're being like taught are life-changing, right? But if you can't step up on camera and you can't convey your message and you can't go on a video and you can't speak freely and openly and honestly, even if, like I said, you've got baby milk all over you, or you are feeling a little bit rough, or you're just unsure, if you can't do that, then your dreams are kind of being stalled, and they're often being stalled by your belief. And your belief is one thing that will stop you. And I'm here to say that some of the things that you're believing about yourself are probably wrong. They're not what other people are believing about you. And if you actually got out there and shared your story and shared your message and what you actually know, whether you've been to school or college or any of that stuff, right? I know people who are so powerful and they changed so many lives and they can't even read and write. And I was like, think of that's amazing. And it's like these guys are literally, they were terrible at school. They can't read, they can't write, they can only do bits of it, but they're so amazing at telling stories and so creative in what they do that they're changing a big bunch of lives. And they have no hesitation about going on a video or standing up or going on stage and sharing their stories. It's like, you've got opportunities like never before. And I want to unlock those within your mind, right? So chapter 2, not necessarily going to be about funnels and getting people excited and getting people into a Facebook group. What you've actually done there is started to build the foundations of a community. And now I want to speak to you about and show you how to do better videos so you can go out there, you can speak publicly, you can engage your community, and you can take your people, your following, your group on a journey and actually change their lives while changing your own, and hopefully get paid for it in the process. Does that kind of make sense? Because I want you to be very clear on this. No matter where you are in your life, wherever you came from, wherever you think you're going, you've got an important role to play in your community, whether that's a sports community, a faith community, a hobby community, a marketing community, your community at large outside your door. You've kind of got to pick one or two places where you can deliver your best and be your best and show up, not just for yourself, but for other people. And if you do that, money will come, opportunity will come, better will come, right? And even if you're making millions and millions and you're like, Danny, yeah, I make loads of money and I don't really give a damn about this stuff, you've got a community who actually provide those millions. And that community relies on you and they listen to you and they want you to be your best. They want you to continually show up and deliver, right? And if you can learn just one thing from my crazy experiences and my mistakes and the things that I've done right, and look, I've taken the long, hard road to get to this point, and it's not been perfect. And I've made a big bunch of mistakes, and I've got arrows in my back, and I've lost friends, and I've done silly things. And if I can share these experiences and these stories with you and show you how you can apply some of this stuff to your own life and reach out to your community, do better videos, speak publicly, share your similar issues and mistakes and stuff, then the world's got to be a better place, right? And even if just one person learns from this stuff, I feel fulfilled. And I'm reaching out to you now to, go onto the page. Where's the link? We'll put the link up on the top of the page. Boom, 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 boom. DannyWalsh.live. Go and get the resources document. Watch the previous episodes. Download all of this stuff. Join the mailing list. Interact. Leave me a comment. Ask me a question. Watch on the replay. Hashtag live. Hashtag replay. Whatever you want to do. Join me in the ClickFunnels community. You see where I'm going with this? Like, we're doing a lot of stuff with ClickFunnels. Join me in that community. It can change your life. Check out the challenge. It's free. Go and download it, right? And this kind of leads into the next point on my list, which is challenges. Because what I've just learned and what I kind of already knew is that challenges and getting your community to go on a journey with you, so important. And you've got so much power, whether it's in sport or music or whatever hobby, or it's in your faith or whatever you believe in, or it's just in helping people in general, or it's charity work or whatever it is. Challenging people to, like I'm challenging you now, to come out of their comfort zone and actually do more in your community is so important. So we're going to get into this stuff. We're going to look at public speaking. We're going to look at doing better videos. We're going to be looking at how to empower yourself to empower your community, which is so exciting, so important right now. Once you've started doing all of this stuff and you're working with people and you're empowering them and you're getting out of your comfort zone and you're doing more videos and you're public speaking, you're going to attract people who want to give you money, right? And an important thing in all of this stuff, very important whenever you're doing any of this stuff, whenever people are giving you money, is that you need to be able to care for your customers. And a big thing that we learned in the fishing group, in the fishing community that I've been showing you guys, is the importance of customer care. And that kind of leads into having more clients and getting reviews and keeping reviews. We were one of the highest reviewed fishing businesses in the whole of the UK, right? This was born out of nothing. We used the fishbowl funnels. We built the community. We nurtured these people. We gave away a big bunch of stuff. Yeah, we made some money. It was all powered by videos. We were speaking publicly. We were creating challenges. We did the Carp Goal Challenge. We were doing that 2 years ago, right? This is nothing new. All of these elements that I'm going to show you and teach you are, you've got to give good customer care. You're going to have some of these people as your clients, but you're going to get started with people talking about you, right? Giving you testimonials, giving you good reviews. And if you can harness all of this stuff, you are in a really strong, powerful position to change people's lives. And that's what I want to show you, how to change people's lives through community by getting out there on video, speaking to people publicly, looking after them, getting the reviews, getting the testimonials. Yeah, you're going to get some clients along the way, and you're going to be able to go out there, whether that's through training, whether that's through products, whether that's through affiliates, whatever that's through, whether that's you just showing up and telling your story. I'm going to show you these elements, teach you some of the things that you need to do, show you some of the things what you shouldn't do, and you're going to learn from some of my mistakes. But as we move through this chapter, through chapter 2, we are going to really get into all of these different elements. At some point, I'm going to ask you for some money. You've got to invest in my dream, if I can invest in your dream. But we're going to keep that to the minimum. I'm going to share with you some great opportunities that you can leverage to help you and help your business and help your community. It all ties together. And look, I said we'll be on for about half an hour. We're probably on for another 5 minutes. We're at the half an hour mark right now. I'm passionate about this stuff. I'll talk about it all day long. What I want you to think about right now is, who is your community? What videos and what content are you putting out there? Are you confident at sharing your story and speaking publicly? Because if you can do this stuff, you've got a big opportunity in your life to make a big impact for people. Now, if you don't care about people and you don't want to make an impact and none of this interests you, of course you can switch off. You can go back to consuming media or whatever else you want to do, focusing on money. But if you can focus on people and focus on community, money will come, clients will come, opportunity will come. And when that comes, you need to be able to treat these people fairly and right. And when you do that, you're going to get amazing reviews, you're going to get amazing testimonies, and the doors are going to open for you in your life, in your business, your opportunities for you, not just for you, but for your community as well. No matter what you sound like, what you look like, where you live, where you came from, your situation, your circumstances, as long as you're a kind-hearted individual, which I know you are, right? You leave me some comments, there's likes and stuff coming through. As long as you're that kind-hearted individual that actually wants to make an impact, then why should this not work, right? And by sitting there and thinking, oh, I'll leave it to somebody else, or I'm not confident enough to do this, or people think that I might look stupid, or I sound daft, or oh man, what do I know? All of those limiting beliefs that you're telling yourself are actually stopping something so important, which is the reason you've been put here. Right? It's your calling, your mission, and you've probably not unlocked that yet, right? If you can unlock that with my help, then the world's got to be a better place. And I want you to go out there and make the world a better place through yourself, through your business, through your teachings, through you as a person. And look, anybody can shave off a beard, right? Anybody can, go and change their outfit. Anybody can go out there and make a difference. That kind of makes sense. I want to keep moving with this, right? So look, we're going to do a big bunch of stuff in chapter 2. I see some likes, I see some hearts coming through, possibly some comments. I'll check them out. I know there's YouTube comments coming through as well. If you get all of this stuff right, what I want to teach you is how to develop then some content. And we're going to start by building a perfect training course. I was discussing with somebody earlier who you're probably going to meet as part of this process, that if you ask somebody to teach you how to make a cup of tea, right? It's like, hey, how do you make the perfect cup of tea? They're going to say, hey, well, you boil the water and then you mix the tea and the water, and then there you go. There's so many steps that people miss out. And when you come to do training of your own, or deliver a product of your own, or put together a video of your own, chances are you're going to skip steps because you don't know those steps. And to put together training or build a course or build a product, it's a lot more difficult than the gurus will have you think. And I'm working with some guys right now who are experts in their field of building training, and not just building training, but building in sections of that training. So you can actually tell if the people you're teaching have actually learned anything. It's kind of like self-evaluation throughout your training process. And what we want to do, not just me, I'm going to bring on some guests, right? We've got some interviews and stuff lined up as well. Bring on some guests who are going to show you how to build your perfect product. So once we've leveraging our community and we're doing better videos and we're public speaking and we're creating challenges and we're challenging people and we're looking after our customers and we're getting clients and we're getting awesome reviews, I want to show you how to build perfect products that you can sell, that actually give value, so people can go away and deliver all of that stuff that we've just mentioned, right? So people can go and leverage their community. And you see how this is like an effect, a ripple effect. So you help some people, they're going to help other people, and the world's going to become a better place, right? That's what I want to achieve. And I want this to continue long, like 100 years from now, long after I'm gone. When Franklin's doing this, right? When Mabel's doing this, when my babies are doing this, right? And as a dad, it's so important that we kind of need to change the world for the better, right? And that's so important to me. And thinking, what's the future going to look like? What is the world going to look like in the future? Because some people just want to slap like a Facebook ad up and say, hey, buy this stuff. That's not what's important, right? Kids is important, where children's important, where families are important, where communities are important. Because if we don't look after these things, then the negative elements that we've discussed earlier and the crime and all of this crazy stuff that happens in the world, that's going to take hold. And some people say that's good and bad, or that's light and dark, or some people will say that's God or the devil, or whichever way you want to like personify that in your mind. The facts of the matter are that we have to take control and we have to deliver positivity. We have to help each other. And then that will perpetuate through time, through generations, and make sure that folks are doing that and folks are not being consumed by the negative influences in the world. And it's a big ask, right? But by running your business, by building your communities, by creating your funnels, and by going out there and sharing your positive message and delivering perfect training and better videos, you're actually doing that, whether you know you're doing it or you're not. How you are. And that's what I want to unlock inside of you, right? So it's a big ask for some folks, like, oh man, but look, if this guy can do it, right? And look, I've done some amazing things, and I've been on countless videos and done a big bunch of lives. And some people message me, like people who I look up to, and they're like, Danny, how do you do that so so easily? It's not easy. How do you do it, Danny, without being scared? I'm always like worried and like conscious of what I'm saying and how I'm doing it. It's very, very important that you realize that you've got something inside of you that you need to share with the world. And if you do that, you're going to make the world a better place, not just for you, not just for your business, not just for your family, for your kids in the future. And that's like, if I just come on here and did this in like week 1, you guys would be like, oh man, this is crazy. I've showed you how to get people in traffic and build a community and all sorts of stuff on a very, very basic micro level. Hey, we're going to do some giveaways. It's going to be amazing. But now I want to try and build on this and take you into the next level, the next chapter, and how my mind works, right? And there's so much cool stuff that I've got locked away in here that even if I'm talking to myself, at some point people will find these videos. And at some point, I know there's people watching right now, right? But at some point, people are going to get this. They're going to understand this. And if I just change one thing in one person's mind that helps them be better, then I'm happy. I'm winning, right? And that's not just for me, that's for these guys up here and the babies that are not on that picture. And Siobhan sent me a photograph this morning of Franklin and Mabel, my babies. They're in bed, like next to each other. And you just see how fast these guys are growing. And you know that time doesn't hang around for anybody, right? So if you're sat there thinking, one day I'm going to do this thing, one day I'll have the courage to do a video, one day I'm going to build that business, one day I'm going to help in the community center, one day I'm going to help out in the school, one day I'm just going to give back. Today is that day. And you need to do that sooner rather than later. And look, if you're worried about money, money will come. If you're worried about opportunities, opportunities will come. But none of that comes without you understanding the power of community and being able to get your voice out there, right? And video is kind of a cool way of doing that. So we're going to look at the perfect training course. I'll flip this around. We're also going to look at how to get some traffic to all of these things so people will actually come and watch, and you see how I do that. We're also going to unlock artificial intelligence, which is going to be probably a chapter in its own right. More about funnels. Everything's kind of underpinned by funnels. We've got some amazing events coming up this year, and there's a lot more besides, right? So look, we've been on for 40 minutes. I said we'd be on for 30. Kind of over delivering. I want you to go back and check out the challenge and check out the offer as well. And you guys should really consider this. You go and get the VIP, watch the videos back from the start, get the deal, sign up for the thing that starts next week. All of this is on DannyWalsh.live. We are going to be doing a big bunch of stuff with our ClickFunnels ambassadors, and we just had an amazing meeting about that. We are going to be doing a big bunch of stuff in America later this year, going over to Florida in September, Funnel Hacking Live. If you scroll through the document, you'll see all of the previous episodes. And like I said earlier, if you go on over to that website at the top, DannyWalsh.live, you'll see that everything is up on there, including the opportunity to win the mic. We'll draw that at the end of the month. You've got funnels on there that you can download, that you can use as part of the first 15 episodes. And there are a big bunch of interviews and podcasts and downloads and more that I've been involved in over the last month. I'm speaking to somebody. We're going to be doing another AI conference. Polly's going to be coming back with another AI conference. There's loads and loads of resources. I'm going to chop and change this page as well. I'm going to put all the chapter 1 into one page. This is going to become more like a members area. At some point, I'm going to charge for this stuff because I can. I could charge a long time. We're going to be running some ads to this as well as part of the traffic series. We're going to be bringing on the guys to talk about the perfect training and how to do this. You can see already that I've had a fantastic journey, and this journey is only really just beginning in my mind. I've met some amazing people. I've traveled all over the world. I've done amazing work with the fishing community. I know that because people tell me. And there's a big important thing about that, right? You're never amazing until somebody tells you are. And even then, you can fall off that perch quite quickly, and you can ruin that by your actions and by your negative thoughts. And I'm urging you not to have negative thoughts. And look, everybody has the like issues, and everybody's got money problems. Even if you're rich, right? The more rich you are, the more money problems you've got, because the more bills you've got and the more things you're looking after. Like you need to pay your groundskeeper or look after 10 cars, right? Whatever it is, you've still got things to do and admin to do and kids to get to school or whatever it is. And you still need to cook food and sit down and do all of your things in your life, right? Everybody's got the same amount of hours in the day. And I'm urging you to spend some time on yourself, spend some time thinking about what can you give back, and spend some time thinking about your community, where you belong, and the people that you really want to help. Because look, there's a lot of power in what you do, and there's a lot of power in what you don't do, right? And it's important that you kind of understand that, because if you're not doing the things that you're called to do in life, then a lot of people are missing out, right? And yeah, there's going to be people sat there who are, oh man, this is crazy talk. I'm not going to be ever do anything for anybody. I'm just going to rake in the money for myself. There was a guy called Ebenezer Scrooge in a book, and we all know how that story turned out, right? Don't take as long, because when you're led down and you're dying and they're like, hey man, you're going to die. And you're like, oh crap, I wish I'd have done some of that stuff. I wish I'd have helped in my community. I wish I'd have set the foundations for my kids. There's a big mental shift that needs to go on in your mind, and I want to try and help you make that. And if you can think about some of the things that you're telling yourself already, the things that are stopping you doing these, write them in the comments, send me in an email, send me in the little private messages that we have. You guys are watching. I know you're watching, whether it's live or on the replay. There's a lot of power in this stuff, and I want to share this with you. I want to give you as much as I can from in here, from my experiences, from the people I've met. I'm going to bring people on. We're going to share this journey together. It's going to be amazing. We're going to get into the power of community, doing better videos, the public speaking, the challenges, the customer care, the clients, the getting reviews, the perfect training, the traffic, the AI, the funnels, and more. It's going to be an awesome few weeks and months. There are more fishing trips. There are some business trips. There are some things that I've not even told you about. There's things going on with ClickFunnels, things in the ClickFunnels group. There's all this crazy stuff that I'm involved in. And I'm doing this for you. I'm doing this for me. I'm doing it for these guys up here and for these babies. And together, we will build a better community. We will build a better life. And we will push out the negative. And we will push out the evil and the things that are trying to bring us down and hold us back. Because look, you've got a message. You've got a journey of your own that you're on. And if I can help you in any way to complete that journey or to even move forward on that journey, I'm here. And that's what I do best, right? And I know at some point I'm going to ask you for money and you're going to give me the money and you'll be like, hey, Danny, take the money. And I will give back 100 times whatever you've invested in me. I know you've got a lot out of this already, right? Let me know in the comments what you think. Let me know if I'm on the right track. And on Sunday, we're going to kickstart looking at the power of community. Moving into next week, we're going to start looking at doing better videos. We're going to move into public speaking and challenges and customer care and clients getting reviews and more. I've literally mapped out the next 3 months what I'm going to deliver on Danny Walsh Live. At some point, I'm going to charge people for this stuff. These videos are timeless. You can use these in 100 years. Yeah, you're just going to have a chip in your brain that goes, hey, and it just all does it. I'm not sure what advertising is going to look like. Is it going to appear on your eyes? You don't even need to look at a screen. You heard that here first, right? And I know already. Look, I've got the glasses. Like these things have got cameras in, and you can listen to music and you can record stuff, and like your glasses. At some point, this is going to be in your brain, and with the advent of AI and all the rest of it, that humans we're going to evolve in different ways, and it's up to you to make sure that those ways are positive and for good, right? We don't want anybody thinking, hey, let's do a bunch of evil stuff. Nobody needs that. It's always going to be a part of society. It's always going to be a part of community, but it's up to us, the good guys, to make sure that that stuff doesn't get in and doesn't influence our kids, doesn't influence the future, and doesn't turn this into a nightmare situation for everybody who's involved, right? And there's so many people resting on you, your story, your abilities, and the stuff that you possibly don't even know yet, the stuff that we've not even unlocked yet, that is actually more frightening than some of the nightmares and some of the evil out there, right? So I want you to bear all that stuff in mind. Watch back on the replay. I'm going to put it all up on the link anyway in a minute. I'm going to lie down in a dark room because I've been talking pretty much for 5 hours straight since I got back. Maybe see Siobhan and the kids that I love so much. And we're going to pick this up on Sunday, right? So watch on the replay. I'm going to share this all over. I've gone a little bit vulnerable and I'm kind of sharing some stuff that you might not know about me. And we're going to do more of that. It's really, I know that I've got to do that to help. And if you don't like it, you can turn off. But I know that there's people out there that need to hear this stuff, and I won't stop until everybody's heard it and everybody who needs to hear it's taken, learning from this and taking something from it. I'm going to bring on some friends. I'm going to bring on some family. I'm going to bring on some amazing people. We've got 3-4 months mapped out. We've got Funnel Hacking Live coming up in Florida, in America in a few months in September. And we've got a bunch of stuff going on with the fishing guys. And look, everybody's got problems and challenges to overcome. I've got my own things I need to deal with and problems and challenges that I need to overcome. I'm working on my stuff, and this is the way that I do it. Imagine if you could transpose that into you and your life and could help you, and this is the way that you now do it. There's got to be mileage in this, you guys, and I appreciate you so much. I'm so grateful and so thankful for you showing up. Even if you're watching on the replay, if you're watching on live, thanks for the likes, thanks for the hearts, comments. I'll get back to you. I'll answer any emails, any tickets, anything you need to do to communicate. If you're reaching out in inbox, just let me know. You can message me, find me online, whatever you need to do. But all of the stuff is on dannywalsh.live. I will see you on the next video. I'll see you on Sunday, 6 o'clock UK time. But for me right now, 30 minutes is turned into 45 minutes. I appreciate you so much. Let's look forward to chapter 2. Let's look forward to the future. I'll see you on the next video. Where's my thing? Bye-bye.